We're also keeping a close eye on Elizabeth May today. The Green Party leader is touring Vancouver Island and working to shore up support for her party ahead of election night. CBC's Tanya Fletcher is tracking the Green campaign. Joins me live from Campbell River, British Columbia. What can we expect from Elizabeth May today?
Also, Hannah, we can expect her to really try to rally her base where it's strongest, and that is here on Vancouver Island. She has a jam-packed day. It's a bus tour kind of crisscrossing Vancouver Island. This is the first stop here in Campbell River, and about a few dozen Green supporters have just gathered inside. They're just getting this rally underway now. And after this, we'll be making several stops across parts of Vancouver Island, including Qualicum Beach. And over the noon hour here, Pacific time, she'll be making an announcement about the Greens' policy on fisheries. And of course, that is a huge issue here right along the West Coast, and especially on Vancouver Island. She's really trying to rally that base and that support because the environmental vote is so key and so critical to the Greens here on the island. Tonight they'll wrap up in Nanaimo, and we'll definitely see a lot of these rallies and these Greens just trying to get out their base and their support throughout the day.
And Tanya, help me to understand how critical Vancouver Island really is for the Greens.
Well, it's extremely critical. You look at BC as a whole, where the Greens have their kind of grassroots base support, and that is specifically on Vancouver Island as well. So looking at the island as a whole, of the 7 ridings, the NDP currently hold 5 seats. And the Greens, their only 2 seats right now in Ottawa, are also on Vancouver Island. So Elizabeth May, of course, has a seat in her own riding of Saanich Gulf Islands. And newly elected MP Paul Manley, he is sitting in the riding of Nanaimo Ladysmith, and he won in a surprise federal by-election just this past spring. And so not only are they hoping to hang on to those 2 seats, but at the beginning of the campaign, you saw them with high hopes of perhaps sweeping all of Vancouver Island. I think as the campaign has gone on, though, we've seen that surge in support for the NDP. And so that will be the challenge here, this battleground island between the NDP and the Greens. And we've really seen that play out during the campaign. The Greens have accused the NDP of circulating misleading flyers, and we have seen those the 2 parties butting heads, and it's very clear that that is where they will be fighting for those progressive votes. Elizabeth May has said all along that people should vote their conscience and not vote strategically, because in the end that could come to the detriment of the Greens if they lose a lot of those left of center votes to the NDP in their swell of support that we're currently seeing. See, Hannah?
We'll talk again. Thank you, Tanya. CBC's Tanya Fletcher in Campbell River, British Columbia.